Fabrizio Romano recounted hot developments regarding transfer. Transfer work continues at full speed in the meantime given to the league in Liverpool. As it is known, Arthur Melo, who was transferred at the beginning of this season, was brought in to solve the crisis in the midfield, but the Brazilian player came far below the team's condition level. He trained hard to raise his level and even appeared in youth matches. While he was hoped to be ready, he suffered an unfortunate injury and will be out of the field for a long time. Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who are already in the squad, have not had much time since the beginning of the season due to their injuries. Given that some of the other midfielders on the roster are in their 30s, Liverpool's midfield transfer is inevitable. The club's number one candidate since last summer is Jude Bellingham. There was interest in the transfer window last summer, but the club was determined not to sell. Now, it is reported that there are new hot developments. Liverpool are in talks with people close to Dortmund and England star Jude Bellingham about a possible transfer next summer, transfer expert Fabrizio Romano said in a statement. Bellingham is expected to almost certainly leave the team at the end of the season. Jude Bellingham landed in Qatar with 25 of his English teammates on Tuesday. The 19-year-old player continues to shine with the Dortmund jersey this season. He has played 112 times for Dortmund since joining the club from Birmingham City. He has scored 12 goals from midfield for the German team this season. He even captains Dortmund from time to time. Romano said Liverpool have started talks with those close to Bellingham. The Reds really want the player, but they are not alone in this transfer. In addition to Premier League giants Manchester City and Chelsea, Spanish giants Real Madrid are among the teams that aspire to the player. Liverpool will be 100% in the race, Italian transfer expert Romano told reporters. They are already in contact with people close to Jude Bellingham, so Liverpool will be there. The current problem Liverpool has is their current form alongside the competition from Manchester City, Chelsea and Spain's biggest clubs. Bellingham is a Champions League player and will only want to join a club in competition. The Reds made a sad start to the Premier League struggle. They are in 6th place. Arsenal and Manchester City look nailed to get into the top 4. He is battling for the top 4 at Tottenham, Newcastle, Chelsea and Manchester United. So, can Liverpool make it into the top 4? Injured players need to get back in shape and they need autographs in January. If Jürgen Klopp can rejuvenate his players, then they have a shot. Bellingham has the features to carry the Liverpool midfield for years. He has a sense of leadership and his physique is well suited for the Premier League. Maybe he could be the most fit midfielder in the world right now. The reason why Klopp specifically wanted him was because of his endless energy and very dynamic gameplay. It could turn into a perfectly functioning part in Klopp's gegenpress system. Moreover, he can reverse the score contribution that the Reds have not been able to get from the midfield in recent years. He is a player capable of both shooting and assisting. There were also times when he offered inspiration from Thiago in deep play. But he plays more like a leading midfielder who dribbles the ball and puts the team on offense. Liverpool's connection with his inner circle already shows how much they want him. This will of course affect Jude Bellingham. But more importantly, Liverpool secured the Champions League. Do you think Liverpool can make it to the top for this season? Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment wants to buy Liverpool. A potential sale to Liverpool continues to dominate the headlines. Ever since it was revealed that Fenway Sports Group had launched the club, it has been a hot topic of conversation. FSG has owned the Reds since 2010 and Jürgen Klopp's side had once again become an elite European team. The Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, 2 League Cups, Club World Cup, UEFA Super Cup and Community Shield have been won during FSG's tenure. But its original owner, John Henry, is looking for new investment. Most recently with Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment, many potential investors lined up to buy the club. So who is Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment? HBSE is a true suitor to buy Liverpool. HBSE was founded in 2017 by Joshua Harris and David Blitzer to cover all business ventures. Harris said, "We are excited to launch Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment as we continue to expand our reach in the professional sports and entertainment world. We believe this effort has allowed us to continue to grow strategically and innovatively. HBSE already has multiple sports teams. These include NBA franchise Philadelphia 76ers, NHL franchise New Jersey Devils, and esports team Team Dignitas. They also hold an 18% controlling stake in Crystal Palace, Liverpool's Premier League rivals. So what is Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment worth? According to the Philadelphia Business Journal, HBSE alone is worth more than $3 billion. So can HBSE own Liverpool and Crystal Palace? No. Harris and Blitzer will have to sell their stake in Eagles if they want to continue the Liverpool takeover. They were key supporters of Sir Martin Broughton's bid for Chelsea in May, before a consortium led by Todd Boehly bought the club from Roman Abramovich. Speaking at the Sportico Invest in Sports conference in New York in October, Blitzer said, "At the end of the day, I love Crystal Palace and people who know me well will know I love Crystal Palace. But there are a handful of teams globally and Chelsea is one of them. This is a special situation. Given the opportunity to invest with so few people, frankly, it's a complicated situation. We were comfortable taking our best shot. If that had happened, we would have had to divest our interest in Crystal Palace. If that had happened, it would have been a really sad day in a way, but still, if we go back to the investment part, it would be a really interesting investment for Chelsea in terms of what was there. I'd probably have to hide a little bit when I went to either side," said. As their words suggest, if they're going to take Liverpool, they're going to leave Crystal Palace anyway. As HBSE is a company completely focused on sports, they like to spend money for success. This could mean more transfer budgets and bigger stars for Liverpool. Liverpool could finally replace the £9.5 million star who left last summer as the World Cup transfer plan is forming. Another tournament is on the horizon. And while this Qatar World Cup is unlike any other due to the controversy surrounding the hosts and its awkward timing on the football calendar, at the core of the tournament will be players and fans whose dreams can be fulfilled by football's greatest event. However, the World Cup also offers stars for club recruiting teams to watch more closely, and an opportunity to take a closer look at potential targets in a tested environment to assess how a candidate can handle pressure or deal with stronger opponents. Gone are the days when top clubs would sign the tournament flavor of the month on a whim, but it remains a useful testing ground. One player Liverpool can check out during the tournament is Alexis Vega, whom the club previously controlled. The 24-year-old Mexican international still trades in the Mexican major leagues in his home country, but has been a regular for his national team for several years. A fast and physically strong winger who can also play in central positions, Vega's shrunken stature makes his playing style somewhat similar to that of Xherdan Shaqiri, and Liverpool has certainly been lacking a first player on their roster lately. The Swiss international left for £9.5 million in 2021, and the anticipated boost never came. Vega has also shown himself strong in one-on-one situations this season, averaging 7.44 dribbles per 90 minutes and 3.72 progressive runs per 90 minutes this season, according to Wiscout. That puts him on par with someone like Luis Diaz in the Liverpool squad. The addition of a player like Vega could be the solution, especially given the departure of Divock Origi and Takumi Minamino in the summer, and the injuries that have exposed Liverpool's lack of offensive depth this season. He is only 24 years old, and this season, he scored 3 goals in 17 league games and made 4 assists. The downsized winger's performance in the World Cup will have a good chance of surprising the transfer team at Anfield. Not only is he relatively low profile as he continues to play in his local league, he's also quite young at 24 and has a contract expiring in 2024, which means Julian could lure him to Anfield on a relatively cheap deal. Vega is not going to be a player who sets the world on fire. But he can be a cheap player, just like Shaqiri. It raises the club's level of competition and adds some depth in an area where Liverpool currently lacks options.